All right, so we are working on water, I forget the name of it. WaterExecution. There we go. Variable Active Directory. All right, kind of like Wayshell, except for it, the hell's all this? I don't care. Kind of like Wayshell, except for the attack flow is a little better. All right, so we'll go into here. And what's up, Entertainment? How you doing? And what we're going to do is, very first thing we actually want to do is we want to open up PowerShell, run as administrator, because we already made our administrator, right? That's what we logged in as. All right. And if you notice on this GitHub link right here, it has all these commands, but it's missing one really important command. Okay. They want you to actually make a domain controller beforehand, but I've noticed that if you make the domain controller beforehand, it can cause problems. So we're going to type in an extremely important command here, and that is going to be install Windows feature. I think we just tab our way through this. Yep, install Windows feature. Okay, tag name, and it's going to be AD domain services. Like that. All right, and then we're going to do tag include management tools. Include management tools. We'll go ahead and we'll enter there. And what this is going to do, I'm always doing good. What this is going to do is this is going to allow you to actually be able to run the install ADDS forest, okay? Like I said, we are on WaterExecution variable AD. So if you just Google water variable AD, you'll be able to find it. And we're going to probably use like 40 users, I'm thinking. It does do all the way up to 100. I'm thinking if you go over, or, to 100, you're just going to, that's a good way to spend a lot of time trying to brute force. All right, once we have this, okay, we do want to change out the domain name, the domain .bios name. MajSec, how you doing? So we'll go ahead and we'll change this to invoke. I like my invoke.local. We'll change this to invoke.local. There we go. Put in our password. And again. And that's going to install a new forest, okay, for us. And now one problem with this is you'll notice that this is pretty much running IEX IWR, right? And that's vol AD plus PS1. Well, if we head over to here to vol AD plus PS1, we have a little bit of problem here. At the very bottom, all right, it tries to run invoke vol AD. So that's obviously not going to work for us, right? Because the domain name on here says change me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to wget this. So we'll go to raw. I know that's small. That's because I didn't install the guest add-ons image because we're only going to be here for a couple minutes. We're just going to install things in here, right? All right, we're about to be signed out. We will get signed out and it will restart after you do this because it does have to promote itself to be a domain controller, right? So actually, can I notepad like real quick? Ah, I was going to try to wget that thing real quick in notepad because I don't think it's going to save it. So I'm about to open up that page again. Yeah, I know. I didn't even think of it years in Lux. I didn't even think of it until I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, no. Move too slow. It's that old age is getting to me, Moving too slow. That wouldn't have happened on Cali. We would have got there in time. Okay, getting back over to here. Hopefully we can just resume the page we were on. Restore. Hey, oh, let's go. All right. So there, it's already in English. So we'll go ahead and we'll wget this. So we go to PowerShell. We are going to want to run this as administrator. Okay, cool. wget HTTP, or wget that guy right there, right? Did I not copy him? There we go. That doesn't seem right. I must say that's not a site. Look home and there we go. There we are. Okay. Taco vol AD plus.ps1 or whatever you want to call it. Just make sure it's .ps1. Then we'll do a quick import module. Vol AD.ps1. Nope, no. Okay, I stopped it. We have to mess with it first, huh? Because if we type that vol AD.ps1, we can see that we have invoke and it goes to change me, right? We don't want that. If you mess that up, then you're going to have to go all the way back through and do it everything all over again. So let's go ahead and notepad. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, that'll work too. We'll open that file up, and that should be in my, C users administrator. Where's the file at? Oh, it says text document, all files. All right, vol AD plus. Let's go ahead and go all the way down the bottom. Web app testing platforms. Actually, we just go ahead and change that invoke.local. Have you checked out Burp Suite Academy? We'll say 40 users, and we will do a quick invoke.local. We'll save that. Now we'll go ahead and we'll import that module. Because as soon as we import this, it's going to go ahead and it's going to run this whole thing, which at the very end, it's telling it to run invoke vol AD then this, right? Now we'll hit enter. Now it should start doing stuff. Seems like it's frozen. Just hit enter. This is going to go ahead and it is going to restart. Okay. Just let it do its thing. Let it restart. And after that, you're pretty much ready to go. So, and this one, like I said, doesn't really need much messing with. So the password list, like I was saying, it's not just to rock you. So you have to go, no, man, you good. It's not a bother. It's not a bother at all. So you have to go to the vulnerable AD plus, the WaterExecution, go into write upright, that password list, okay, .text, and go ahead and grab that and bring that back to yourself. So I just did a quick wget write for password list, boom, and then if I cat that password list .text, there we go, okay. Now we need to figure out where this thing's actually residing at, right? So let's go ahead and start off with ifconfig, and we'll go ahead and we'll do a mmap tac-sn, and we're going to do it for the 192.168.0.0 network. And let's see if we can't find it in here. All right, looks like it's most likely this guy right here, right? So .79. Let's go ahead and rust scan that .79. See if we get anything. Definitely domain controller. Let's go ahead and crack map exec it and see what the name is. And SMB is actually open on it, as we can see. Okay, you see this plus right here? So if we actually do a SMB client, then we can actually see that SMB is actually open on it. And we have common. I wonder if there's anything in common. This is DNS restart.ps1, but if we actually type that, or if we actually get that DNS restart, all right, we can't with this user. If we actually go with a different user, it's not doing much for us, okay? As far as I can tell, at least, it might be running a scheduled task. I have no idea. But I did not use that last time. So let's go ahead and let's see what else we have here. We have LDAP, right? So let's try an LDAP search. And let me go ahead and open up my notes here, right? So we do have an LDAP search. And we'll see if we have anything in there. Tech H, that's what I want. Boom. Okay, we do have invoke.local. That is going to be it, right there, right? We do not have a username and password yet though, correct? So that's about all we have like right there. And we do drop stuff. So LDAP is anonymous. So we do have anonymous login with LDAP. Now remember on the last one, we had to actually grab a username list. This time we do not. We can just go ahead and just, let's save that to a file. All right, we'll save that to, we can just say usernames.txt. Well, we can just say a.text for now. And then we'll go ahead and cat that a.text. And we can go ahead and just look for a SAM account name, right? So we should have in here something called SAM. And we should be able to start seeing some users in here, right? At least as far as I can tell, right now we're just looking at root DNS servers. There we go. Yep, SAM account name. So let's go ahead and look this up. So we can grep for that. And there we go. We got a lot of accounts here. Okay, problem is we also got groups in here, right? So I'm wondering if we can just get one without groups in it. We have distinguished name, we have given name. Probably just got to stick with it and just take a look at all of them and then realize which one is which, right? So let's go ahead and save that. We save that in the, let's go ahead and save that b.text. We're going to sublime that b.text, right? And we can go ahead, actually, before I even do that, let's exit out of here. And we will do a quick cut, tac D, tac F2 from b.text. Now, the reason we're doing that, okay, is because this is going to be the second side. That's the first side of it. So it's going from these colons like right here. So that's going to be the second side. So if we actually hit enter, like right there, there we go, okay. We'll save that into c.text. And then from c.text, we will cat c.text, and we will use a sed. And let's go ahead and look that command up again, because you know I always forget it. Remove space from file with bash. I forget it every single time. I forget it so many times that I know right where to find it. There we go. So that removes all the white space. So we can go ahead and do a d.text. And then we cat that d.text. And let's go and sublime that d.text. And no, these guys are definitely not users, right? That's a user. And no, these guys are definitely not users, like right here. That's supposed to look like users. Looks like we do have some service accounts like right there, right? And we did pick 40 users. Looks like we have 45 like right here. So somebody I don't think is a user in here, but I don't know. But we also want to throw administrator in here too, right? All right, let's go ahead and save that. We'll figure it out if someone's a weird one. Well, we save that, okay? And let's go ahead and also, let's go ahead and cat that a.text and grep for description. And we'll save that right back into b.text. Actually, let's go ahead and move d.text to users.text. And there we go. There's our users.text, right? Let's go ahead and do that same commands that we had like right here. Right, so for this time, we're going to look at description. So if we do attack I, DESCRI, okay, let's see if we can find any passwords in here or anything like that. We have company default password, reset ASAP, default password, reset ASAP. We have this password like right here. Okay. We have this password like right here. We have a DNS admin somewhere. So we do have two passwords in here. I'm not going to look through every single one of the 40 users trying to find what description that goes to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to echo this into pass.text, and I'm going to echo the second one into pass.text, because we did get some passwords, it looks like, in the description area, right? All right, so we got those now. Let's also try get MP users, because we obviously have a username file, right? So try get MP users, invoke.local. Yep, we can do that like right there. And this one we're going to call users.text. Tag format we could say is hashcat. tac out file, we can say is asrep.txt. Or is it output? Is it output? Output. Output file. And let's see if we get anything with that. Oh, I may actually need to sudo nano etc host. Let's go ahead and put that IP address that we have, right? What were we? That was 79, correct? I believe it was. I think we're on. Let's go ahead and see. Is that 79? Yep, 79. So we want to put that into our RT hosting right here under invoke.local. Let's go ahead and see if we got anything here. It looks like we did get somebody. Even though it was super fast, we actually get 2 people. Okay, let's go ahead and try to use a hashcat on that asrep.txt, right? And we'll use rocker.txt word list. Although we may have wanted to just use the password list. All right, so we get Yamaha and porn. Those are the 2 that we get. So let's go ahead and echo Yamaha into pass.txt. And let's echo porn into pass.txt. And let's also echo, who do we got here? We have the user Dinah Lawrence. And hers was Yamaha, correct? And I wonder what that default password is also for these users. Those users that have the default password. Because we did have some users that says default password on there, right? So I'm wondering what that default password is also. So let's go ahead and try to do scrap map exec. Now, if we already had credentials, I would suggest not to do this because we already have credentials. So we might as well just continue on those. But we'll try users.txt with pass.txt. Or let's see here. Password list.txt, right? Let's see what we got here. Oh, we actually found one. So we can actually echo that now. I was about to say continue on success. But we actually found one. Davina.miofemola 123123. And let's go ahead and run that same command then, tac continue on success. And something else we can do real quick is we can save that to a file. Let's go ahead and save that to brute.txt. All right, we'll open up something else here. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to try some of the stuff that we already found out, right? Let's go and try some of the users, maybe this Yamaha user. But let's make a directory blood for Bloodhound, right? We can also make directory LDAP. Maybe I'll do something like this, cd into LDAP. Let's try an LDAP domain dump. We might just be able to do something like this and see exactly what users have that one password that says that it needs to be reset. But I also don't know what that password is. We have Dinah Lawrence. It has not changed me 123 exclamation point that I know of. I don't know. Let's try Yamaha. Let's see if that works. It did work. Okay, Firefox. Domain users, HTML. Remember, if you get anything bigger than 9, whatever. Okay, there's new generated password. So there's one, Chelsea Faustine. Okay, she has a company default password reset ASAP. I don't know what that company default password is though. So we could try use crack map exec on one user now. 79. Tac U, her. Tac P, and we'll just say that password list. .text. Let's see if any of these are the actual default password on this system. That will also try to change me 123 exclamation point. We also see how this brute.txt is doing. Okay, let's go ahead and try to change me. Okay, so it's also not that. So we don't know what the default password is on the system yet, right? And I don't know if we're ever going to find out what the default password is on the system. All right, we tried with rocket.txt, but that's going to take a while. Let's go ahead and cat that brute.txt. All right, now there's a lot of crap in here, so we can grep for a plus sign. And we do have that one person that we know of so far, right? We do have them. All right, let's go ahead and exit out of here. Let's try to do something like, let's try to do a Bloodhound, right? Let's go ahead and CD into Bloodhound. All right. And also, let's see if these users can do anything, right? So we have that one user. We have a couple of users up here. Well, we'll see. Well, let's run Bloodhound first, and then we'll see if those users can do anything. So let's go ahead and run Bloodhound Python with this user like right here. All right, Bloodhound Python. We're going to do it on 9079. The password is going to be Yamaha. With the username Dyna.Lowrace, Dyna.Lawrence. All right, looks like we are dumping stuff. And we did. Let's go ahead and open up Bloodhound. So we'll start up another terminal. Neo4j console. And we're just going to wait for that to actually start up. Then we can start up our Bloodhound instance, right? All right. May have to clear it out, but it looks looking good so far. Let's go ahead and clear that database. And let's go ahead and upload this new database. Go ahead and open that up, and let's see what we got here so far. And what users do we have so far? We have a couple users, right? So we got Dyna Lawrence should decline. Let's go ahead and just cat that user.txt file. User pass.txt. Oh. So we got those three people so far, right? So we have technically pawned these three, right? Let's go ahead and mark as owned. Let's go ahead and grab those three first. We'll mark those three as owned. And then we'll start looking at, can we do anything with those three people so far? Mark as owned. And then David. Oh, is that even David? Davina. Close enough. Really? There we go. Oh, that's confusing. All right. Let's go ahead and start with the confusing one first, I guess. We'll double click on them. And then we can go ahead and scroll down. They're not an admin. Okay, they are enabled, obviously. They do have two first-degree memberships. One to IT Help Desk, that's good. And one to domain users, so that's good. All right, unenrolled, okay. Nothing derivative. We do have a group delegated object control. They do have generic right over executives, IT Help Desk, which means that we could put ourselves in the executives group there. So let's go ahead and let's see if that's going to do anything for us. Let's go and double click on executives, see if they can do anything. They have two members, and that is going to be Arlen and Adrian. Oh, it looks like they can do a lot of stuff, huh? Oh, yeah, they can. What can executives do? Where are you guys at? There's IT admins. Where are you at? You're over here. Okay, no, that's actually inbound, is it? Okay. So it doesn't look like executives can actually really do much. So there wouldn't be really much of a point in doing that, like right there, pointing ourselves into that, but we can go ahead and still do it, just to learn, right? Might as well learn, right? So let's go ahead and throw ourselves in that executives group. So we have generic right, correct? Over an entire group, right? So we can just do a net RPC, which you guys have seen if you were in the um, in the Waze Hell class I did the other day. Target group is going to be executives. Target user is going to be Davina there. Domain invoke.local. Controlled user is still going to be Davina. Password 123123. And then the domain controller of 192.168.0.79. Is that correct? Yep, 0.79. What? One, two, three, 123. Add member to executives. All right, invoke.local. That all looks good. I wonder why I can't connect to it. That's very strange that I can't connect to it. Says IT admins group has stuff over them, but we'll move on. We'll move on from there. Let's go ahead and since you couldn't really do much even if you got in that group, let's go ahead and look at Sharina. Let's see what she can do if I stop zooming in on her. Okay, she's also a member, unrolled group, okay? She has a whole bunch of inbound, not much outbound stuff. So she doesn't really have much for us, like right there, right? She has 0 reachable high value targets, it looks like. And then the next one that we had was Donna Lawrence. She doesn't really look like she has much either, huh? She looks like she's in the same boat. And it looks like we did finish up with that scan up here. So let's go ahead and look at that. We'll go ahead and cat that brute.txt. And then we'll grep tech I for a plus sign, right? All right, looks like we found quite a few things. So we got MS SQL Server. So we already got these two, right? We also have MS SQL Server and HTTP service. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at those two. So I'm wondering if we can look at those two over here. Because we've now owned them two also. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what they can do. Group delegate out generic right over executives also. They have that generic right over executives. But it doesn't look like executives could really do much, huh? It looks like they're also part of IT Help Desk, who has those same generic rights over that. All right, and who else do we have? And we also have HTTP service. Let's go and check them out. One second. This is not a box. This is a script from GitHub. All right. Let me go and cat that user.txt real quick because we are missing someone. Exchange service. We should be able to see exchange service should have something. Because I actually did this, and I'm wondering if crap map is like messed up because it will mess up after so long. We'll try that like real quick. should now have done continue my success obviously for that. But I am also about to take a break. WaterExecution. Thank you, Ascertainment. I was about to say, I forgot the name of it. WaterExecution on, okay, so Exchange Service didn't give us anything. Exchange Service should have, though. That's, that's going to be a problem for us because the Exchange Service should have actually given us something which would have actually given us a session on the machine. Let's go ahead and let's try to, we'll try to do some things whenever I get back. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right, we are back. Let's go ahead and try crap map exec those users that we already have, because Exchange Service we technically should have actually got a password for. I did this earlier on my laptop, and we did get something before, but it is randomized. But Exchange Service is one of those ones that I don't think is a random part of it. Let's go ahead and try to find all domain admins, see if we got anything. All right, let's go ahead and look at the HP service actually again, like real quick. We'll mark that as owned, because we do have his password also. He can't reach anybody also. He never logged on. So let's go ahead and try to see. Actually, he can't get anywhere really. We did have that one group that was able to, the group member, right? I believe it was it Dinah? It was the very first one that we looked at. Okay, they can do a write DACL to executives, which this one is kind of a pain to do. The DACL edit isn't part of in-packet, so that could be kind of a pain to do, like right there. So let's try to find something a little bit easier. Just because it's not part of in-packet and it doesn't always play nicely. But if that's the only thing that we're going to be able to do, that might be it. But everyone seems to be able to get to executives for some reason. So obviously executives, maybe I missed something. It's obviously something that we may want to look into. Okay, that can't really do much at all. And then we had our last one. Just go and check them out. And they can't do anything. Maybe. They could do generic write over executives. We should just technically be able to actually just do this like right here. Pass the hash that we can verify. We should technically be able to do that, but it said that we weren't able to with her before, right? But one of this person like right here, I'm wondering if that's messed up. Yeah, that's definitely her name. I wonder if there's actually supposed to be a space in there. Can you have a space in a username? Let's go and try it. I feel like you can't have a space. I'm pretty positive you cannot have a space. Yeah, I didn't think so. Same exact thing that we were getting before, but they are part of that group. And I'm thinking it has to do something with that person has a space in their name. Because as we see, like right there, it's all jacked up there, right? So that's going to be a problem like right there, huh? But she is part of that IT help desk. Let's go and see what they can do. That's outbound. And they just have the generic right. And who else is part of this group like right here, I'm wondering also. Oh. go and see who else is part of that group, like right there. Direct members, there's 4 members in there, right? MS SQL service is also part of that group. So let's go and try with MS SQL service, I guess. What did I save that as? Brute. Go and look at this like right here. Bonnie is the password for that one. Let's go and try that. All right, there we go. So we just added MS SQL service now into executives, right? So now that we're in executives, let's go and check out executives. Let's see if we can, and they cannot reach anybody though. They can't reach any high value targets. They can't really do much from what we figured out before, right? We have a bunch of inbound stuff, but they can't really do much at all. This group like right here. Let's go ahead and try to log in as MS SQL service. Seems like whenever it's randomized, seems like you just get lucky if you can do it or not. Because like I said earlier, I did do this on my laptop and it worked great. That's all I was saying. There's more of a flow to it. So we can log in. So let's go ahead and try to log in. Let's also try to request anything. Let's try to do a get user SPNs. And we'll do that for invoke.local, right? Whoops. We'll go ahead and we'll do this for MS SQL service. Bonnie. Let's see what we got. Okay, nothing. We can't do anything with that, okay? What about tech request? Most likely not. All right, yep. Okay, let's go into log in as that person like right there, right? .79. Tech U is going to be MS SQL service. Tech P is going to be 0.79. And no, MS SQL service is not running, Bonnie is not running on here also. In case you're like, well, just log into there. If we run scan it, it's not actually running MS SQL. You see 1433 is not showing up. Let's go into a dir or maybe a whoami/all. And he doesn't really seem to be able to do much. He is part of executives, as we see now. He is part of IT help desk. All right. And that's really about all we can actually do, huh? Administrator, obviously. Boom, boom, boom. DC sync. IT admins, but not help desk. Office admins. Okay. Kerberoastable accounts. We actually have Exchange services actually on here for Kerberoastable accounts, but we did not see him whenever we did that, right? Why not? Invoke.local. Huh? Why is this all of a sudden broken now? Still up and running. Invoke.local. We can run scan still, right? Yep, okay. .79. That's the host. .79 invoke.local users file. Okay, that's probably why. We're trying to look at a users file that's, why did it do that? Stack users file is going to be users.txt. There we go. Exchange service is not what it says it is. So that is not facts at all. Okay. I don't know if we might be able to do an SMB password for those guys that had the password not set. Right? But it's saying right over here. Let's all Kerberoastable accounts. We have exchange service. Is exchange service spelled wrong here? No, it is not. Okay. Because he should be able to do some stuff. That's why. And he cannot. Yep, he also has right DACL over executives. Everyone's going over executives for some reason. What does project management have? Why is everyone going to executives? Executives can't actually do anything. So what happens when you have these random ones, huh? Doesn't really work very well, does it? As executives can't really do much now, can they? Unconstrained delegation. And I also want to go ahead and I want to look at that, what's it called? That LDAP domain dump again. Yep. So we found two passwords the last time, right? Lucy Babby. I could have sworn, did I see her name in here? Lucy Babby has generic all over her. Did we not write her down in here? User pass.txt? We did not. Okay, so we did find Lucy Babby like right here, right? And she's part of marketing. Man, that was pure luck, like right there. Let's go ahead and put her, this one like right here, which I thought I already grabbed, which I did not. So that's my fault. So we did do the proper enumeration. We didn't do our proper, we didn't do what we were supposed to do with everything else, right? So we have Lucy Babby, right? And we'll go ahead and we'll echo her into user pass.txt. There we go. Yeah, did the proper enumeration, did everything, but didn't write everything down properly. So there you go. I too make mistakes. I know it's rare. No, I was kidding. All right. So now we have generic all with Lucy Babby over Lucy Joette, who is part of Office Admins, who has, it looks like DC sync rights over invoke local. So this is actually about to get real easy. So we can help with this. Linux abuse? No. This is actually a pain in the ass. Okay, unless we can use the netRPC to change her password, right? We could try to do a targeted Kerberoast. And I want to actually just try this just to show you guys like real quick, because I don't think we did this in the other one at all. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab this targeted Kerberoast. And what we can do is we can actually drop a hash. Okay. But yeah, I don't think I actually did this in the other one. I don't remember if I did or not. Let's go ahead and grab that. And we will go ahead and we'll wget that guy right there. Okay. Now we can do our targeted Kerberoast here. I think my wife's telling me shut the hell up. No, she's not. Polka. Yeah, see? We were talking about Al Bundy earlier. All right. We're trying to think about Halloween costumes. We were thinking about doing Al Bundy and her being the wife. I forget what her name is, but the Al. Although I think it'd be the better wife just because I can make the Al. All right, let's go in Python, right? Targeted Kerberoast, our invoke.local, our controlled user. I'm just thinking of that, everybody, Al Bundy was actually a great father. The things they said to his kids, some of them were horrible, but it was all true, and I feel like he was a great father. There we go. And I could just walk around and just, when people say trick or treat, I could be like, your feet are disgusting or whatever else. All right, so we're going to do a Python target Kerberos, and we can just send this just up. Okay, we can just hit enter here, and that's what we had last time. Okay, so it does not like those credentials like right there. Otherwise, I said that's what we had last time. We never actually had this for. It doesn't like those credentials like right there for some reason, even though it says that we can do it. It says invalid credentials. M at sign. I mean, that's the credentials we got from over here, right? Did I grab the wrong credentials? Maybe. Let's go ahead and check out that new user generated password. Doesn't seem like it. Looks like I grabbed the correct password, right? I mean, that looks correct to me. Can we crap map exec that person? Because now if the password's wrong, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the hell to do now. I mean, it's telling us the password. It's like, nah, that's not it. Just kidding. I don't know what the hell to do about that. Not much we can do, except for log as the administrator and just pretend like the password's correct. Okay, status password must change. There we go. Okay, cool. So we have to try and change her password. So let's use somebody that we already have, right? We can use SMB password. All right. And we can go ahead and put in her old password, Lucy.Babby, her old stuff, .79. Her new password will be Yep, we can just like stick with that. Let's go. Let's freaking go. All right, cool. So now we should be able to do a little PSISSW0RD exclamation point, and we can now log in. Okay. So let's try an evil WinRM with that. So we can try WinRM. And we get a shell with that one. We can try LDAP. Okay, nope, not with LDAP. What about SSH? SSH is not on the machine. VNC is not on the machine. I don't know if RDP is, but the newest graph map is that can do RDP. RDP is not even on the machine. Okay, so now we have that. Now we should be able to try this targeted Kerberoast. And we'll go ahead and we'll put in that password. All right, now as you can see, it actually drops out hashes, right? And we can also put this into a format too. So we can actually put this into an out file and a format and everything like that too. All right, so we can also say Python targeted Kerberoast, and we can do a boom boom tac out file, tac O for the output file. We can say hash.text, just like we already had, right? And that should be it, like right there. I don't think we actually put it in format. But now if we cat that hash.text, it just drops it out just like this, like you would normally have, okay? And I think we can use hashcat with this. And we'll call this hash.text. I know we can also use John. We can, okay? So we get two of them. But we know none of the other ones are actually going to work. All right? But we do get two of those, right? So that is targeted Kerberoast, okay? So if you have generic all over somebody, you can do that. If we were able to crack their password for this person like right here, Lucy, then, we could have just logged in as her. But we could also change her password. We could force change her password if we have generic all over her. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, our target user, who is going to be that Lucy woman, right? That's going to be Lucy.joete. I believe that was it. Let's give her the password of PSISW0RD exclamation point. We'll do a domain of invoke.local. A controlled user. We do have our user, right? That didn't help out at all. We got her name already. Lucy. pass w0 the exclamation point. And we'll put in the domain controller of 192.168.0.79. No mapping between account names and SIDs was done. Okay, we saw this before, and I think that maybe Lucy also needs her stuff changed. So let's go ahead and let's look at this Lucy person right here. Yellow. Which means that he would actually need her password though, huh? How are we going to do that? Because we have her hash. Okay. We can't crack her hash like right now. We have her, right? We have owned her now. What else can you do? You have generic all over Lucy, but we don't have her old password. Pass the hash to abuse. We could always try as Pie Whisker. Let's try this. Let's try Pie Whisker. Although I highly doubt this one's going to work. We'll grab this. We'll download this. Go ahead and wget that like right there. Boom. Okay, so we have that. Okay. Python Pie Whisker. Okay. Domain invoke.local. The username that we have that we currently know, right? Which is Lucy Babby. Target. It's going to be her. Yeah. What? Did I spell it wrong? Did I spell her name wrong? Lucie. Yes, I did. 100%. Maybe if I spell her name correctly in the first one, Lucie. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so we've now changed Lucy's password. Maybe if I just figure out how the hell to spell something, that would work better. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Lucie. And they're both named Lucy. I should have noticed that, huh? I should have noticed. All of you guys should have noticed. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, this like right here will allow us to be able to try to pass a Kerberos hash across the network, just so you know. That's what this does like right here. But since we were able to change her password, it doesn't really matter. But you could try to do that also. We do actually know her password now. So we could try to do this, technically. I forget exactly how to do it. But we have that. We have the certs and everything like that. I forget exactly how to do it. But we do have her now. And we will work on that after this. So now she is now part of Office Admins who can DC sync. So all we need to really do now is secrets dump for Lucy Joetti, which this would have been done in about 15 minutes if I would have actually paid attention to what the hell I was doing, huh? And there we go. Nope. There we don't go. Does not have... I think she does. I mean, it's right there. DC Sync. She's part of Office Admins. Pie Whisker, yeah. We should just be able to just do a secrets dump now. And we should be able to get it. So I'm not really understanding why she's not able. She has generic all over Office Admins. Never mind. We have to actually add her to that group, don't we? Yeah, we have to add her to that group to then give her that capability, huh? So let's go ahead and add her to this group like right here. Hey, what's up, Chad? How you doing? I actually just dropped your Discord in here not too long ago. What was that one? Yeah, target group. Okay. So our target group that we want to do, right? And our target group for this one is going to be Office Admin. target user, we could just use the user that we already own, right? Domain, invoke.local. It's good to see Chad in here. Always good to see him in here. We got 192.168.0.79. Okay, we've now added her. Now we should be able to do that sequence dump. And there we go. And that is it. We are now finished with this one. I mean, we can log in as administrator. We can go ahead and we can pass that hash off, right? If you're wondering why the hash looks the same, it's because both machines, the last one that we did and this one, both have the same administrator hash because I set them. And password reuse is very real. No, I was kidding. All right, so we could go ahead and even win our airman now. And there we go. We are done.